tonight. Everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Hold your head and everything is gonna be alright. And everything is gonna be alright. Get your rest, work, and everything is gonna be alright. Everything is gonna be alright. Improve yourself. Everything is gonna be alright. Urban Therapy with Sun. Our focus is on the health, physical health, mental health, emotional health. Yeah, you and your health as well. I know that you need a lot. It's not about the money, but we gotta live our lives. So it seems funny that we ever thought that we would be sad before, and we gotta get out of the muck and mire for sure. I know that you want to feel better. I want to feel better too. So yo, what we gonna do? Well, it all starts here, and we're going to do this thing like we did all the other years, but we're going to get better, step it up another level, another tier. Yeah, me and you, we here. What's going on, y'all? Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. Last day of June, baby. Real soon, baby. We're going to scoop it up, put it like a spoon, baby. Yeah, last day of June, baby. You know, Urban Therapy with Sun. And today we are talking about no mommy and daddy issues. So you mean to tell me that you can go through your life without having any mommy or daddy issues? Or is it one of those things where your mommy and daddy issues have plagued your life, stop you from being able to form good relationships, stop you from being the best person that you can be, put people on notice about who you are, and made people think that they know you better than you know yourself? You know how it go. Well, we're going to talk about today, no mommy and daddy issues. First, we got to get the definition out about what mommy and daddy issues are. Well, we're going to do that, and then we're going to see if we can expand, if we can build, if we can add on. You know what I'm talking about is on Urban Therapy with Sun, yo. Yo, thanks for coming through. Make sure y'all, when y'all come through, man, hit that like button. I make sure that you will feel like it's worth it for more. No lacking. So we good. So yeah, man, last day of June. Summer's in full swing. We got a holiday coming up this week. Day off. You know what I'm saying? Real hot one. It's not really hot today. It's like what you call it? Like it's a real muggy day. So the heat index is on some different stuff, but the temperature is in the low 80s. So we're going to be all right. So how y'all feeling today, man? I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should, because I'm feeling like a real man should. And we're going to get this thing popping, man. It's the Urban Therapy with Sun show. As a matter of fact, let's do it like this. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. We do this every single Sunday from 1 p.m. till around 2:30-ish. And the reason that we say 2:30-ish is because sometimes it gets so heated that we just have to do a little OT on a Sunday. And it is Sunday. This is the show where adults come out and play with other adults. We laugh, we cry, we argue, fuss, and fight, go back and forth with each other, bust it up all crazy. We take an introspective look into our own personality to see the way that the universe projects us into this thing called the world and try to figure out this thing called life. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Urban Therapy with Sun show. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Today on the Urban Therapy with Sun show, we are talking about no mommy and daddy issues. No mommy and daddy issues. Do you have mommy issues? Do you have daddy issues? Are you in denial that you have any mommy or daddy issues? Do you feel like you grew up in a well-adjusted way and your parents were okay, whether they were together or whether they were separated or and apart? Do you feel like you appreciated your parents to the point where you would mimic your whole existence after them? Have you never, ever been accused of having negative feelings towards your mom or your dad that may have impacted the way that you form your relationships, get into your relationships, conduct yourself in the relationships, or straight up reject relationships? Like, nope, you ain't like my dad. I can't. You don't cook like my mom. I can't be with you until you step your game up. Yo, you gotta be like my mama, dad, or names up. Yo, and when the time comes, I don't want to see you out there acting like a bum. because my mommy was never a bum. She wasn't never a hoe. And you know, with my dad, you know how that go. Dad was a stand-up dude. I never met a man like him. All the rest of them suckers I met are rude. And I need somebody who reminds me of that guy, or somebody that's not a lie. Cause he never lied to me, never lied to them, never lied to you, never lied. That's not what he do. Well, well, so are you the type that may get offended when somebody accuses you of having mommy issues or daddy issues? Have you ever been called a mama's boy? And maybe you took particular issues with it. It's understandable. It's never said, even when people are playing around and not really saying it as a compliment. It's a straight diss. You're a mama's boy. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm a mama's boy because I said that you don't make toast right. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people would do that. Oh, I guess since your mom used to make toast, perfectly. I'm like, it's toast. She didn't burn it herself. You put it in the toaster. I ain't saying my mom had the best toast in the world, but she knew how to put it in the toaster, take it out of the toaster. You know what I mean? Threw me the knife and the butter, and everything else, I went for self. You keep burning the toast. That's all. That's all I'm saying, baby. You know what I mean? It's the lowest rung on the totem pole. We got a toaster. I didn't ask you to put it in the toaster oven. We got a toaster. You drop them slices up down in that thing, pull the lever. I don't know. Somehow you leave it in there too long. I don't know. Maybe we need an hourglass. But anyway, so men have been accused of being mama's boy for the lowest shit. You know what I'm saying? So okay. Anyway. So yeah, no mommy and daddy issues. Maybe because you may honestly feel like you don't have any mommy and daddy issues. And I understand that, but we're going to explore it and see if there's more to this mommy or daddy issues thing than maybe we have given it credit for. So let's do the definition of what mommy or daddy issues are. So let's get fudge. Oh, you know what? Where's the other one? Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's get the definition, the Webster definition of mommy issues or daddy issues. Let's get that popping first. Shall we get that popping? Let's get that popping. Let's get it. Okay. What are mommy or daddy issues?
If you have mommy issues, these are psychological problems that you may experience due to insecure attachment with your mother that forms in childhood. Daddy issues come from insecure attachment with your father that starts in childhood.
Okay. Mommy and daddy issues both come from attachment issues with your caregivers. If you have mommy issues, these are psychological problems that you may experience due to insecure attachment with your mother that forms in childhood. Daddy issues come from insecure attachment with your father that starts in childhood. Do y'all accept that definition as mommy or daddy issues? Because you may accept them and you may not. You may look at their as being more to that than just what was stated. I know I do. I see more into that than what they said. I'll read it again. Mommy and daddy issues both come from attachment issues with your caregivers. Your caregivers are supposed to be your parents. If you have mommy issues, these are psychological problems that you may experience due to insecure attachment with your mother that forms in childhood. Daddy issues come from insecure attachment with your father that forms in that starts in childhood. Do y'all think that that's what that is? Now, when I've heard people say that you have mommy issues or daddy issues, normally, I'm not saying all the time, but normally what I've heard or when I've heard people accuse somebody of having mommy or daddy issues is when they pretty much don't know how to treat a man or a woman that they are dealing with romantically. I've never heard somebody talk about mommy or daddy issues in friendship, in at a job, in a club, with children. Every time I have heard somebody talk about somebody having mommy issues or daddy issues, they were talking about somebody who they were trying to get with in a romantic relationship, and it wasn't working out because they couldn't let go of some shit that was going on with their mom or their dad. So the way that they conducted themselves in their relationship made it hard for you to connect with them, communicate with them, because they may have had expectations that aligned with their mom or their dad, or they had rejection issues dealing with their mom or their dad. So they either wanted somebody to be like their mom or their dad, or they were on notice all the time because about somebody acting like their mom or their dad, and they didn't want that. No, no, no! Don't raise your hand to me. No, don't criticize the way that I make the toast. So that's what we talking about. That's what we talking about. So what's good? What's good? All right, let me shout out my people. I see that y'all already coming in here starting to diss. I ain't mad at you though. T Carry Right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And who's the next man? Matthias. Matthias, what's good? He says you look so cool. Thanks, I appreciate that. I appreciate it mucho. And Tommy says greetings from Slovakia. Slovakia. That's what's up. And it says, hope y'all are having a great day. To add my bit to the topic, I come from a complete family. Mom is a loving person, and dad was a bit harsh and strict, but I think he did good. I accept that's what's up. Job raising us. He did a good job raising us. Rest in peace. Salute to your dad, and definitely rest in peace to him. Peace in paradise. Okay. I like the sound of that because I would pretty much say the same about my family. The thing is, I don't think that exonerates me or excuses me from having daddy issues. See, the reason why I read or defined the Webster Dictionary definition of mommy and daddy issues is because they pretty much outlined what we think that they are. I think that there can be more to mommy or daddy issues than what the dictionary says or what we may be used to hearing from our peer groups or from people that we know or have heard of. So I want to take a look at that today. We want to take a look at that today and see what we can find and see if maybe we've been having mommy and daddy issues all our lives. Maybe some of those mommy and daddy issues have actually helped us more than hinder us. And maybe some of them have kept us down when we could have really, really been flying high. So we're going to see. Michelle Harris, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. And Angela, thanks for coming through, Angela. And Stand On That 89. I like that name. Stand On That. Says, I'm going through it, fam. What's going on, my peoples? Holla at me, talk to me. And Tommy says, oh, I didn't understand the topic. Sorry, ignore my message then. Okay, I ain't going to ignore it. It's still relevant. It still sounds valid to me. K Cow or KCOW says $40,000 chain. No, I wouldn't wear $40,000. Well, I would wear it if I could afford a $40,000 chain. These were much less than that. I mean, they're expensive, but they old and expensive. This came from a time when I did have $40,000, but I ain't pay that for them. Stand On That says taking care of my kids and my dead friends' kids. I'm messed up, bro. The streets don't love. Wow, you took your deceased homies' friends in? Are you their godparents? Is that why you did that? Did they have nowhere else to go that was safe? I mean, it's commendable on many levels. But why would that be a problem? I mean, financially, I could see how it would be a problem. Even socially, I could see how it would be a problem if your kids are having problems blending with those kids. But other than that, man, shit, you should feel like a hero. Art of Mind, thanks for coming back through. Peace, God to you. Peace, God to you. You know what I mean? Supreme Mathematics. What's going on? How you feeling, man? How you feeling? Kick out says more gold than King Tut. Nah. Stano says his daughter just went to college and he couldn't be there. Okay. Oh, okay, because he was deceased. Yeah. Well, shoot. At least he graduated high school and decided to go to college. So, you know what I mean? I'm still seeing positive there. It sounds like you're doing at least a serviceable job. I can cry only in the shower. Now, you can cry any way you want to, my dude. You know what I mean? You don't have to hold in your emotions or your feelings of frustration. A lot of times people think that letting out the way that you feel, especially for a man, they think that that's going to make people look at you as weak, but it actually can make people look at you as you are strong. Look at you like you're a strong person, because if you can cry today and move on in the same day or the next day, like, yeah, I take my bumps and my bruises. If you punch me in the nose, it's going to bleed if you punch me hard enough. But guess what? I might swing back on you, or I might just, put my head in the air. That's what they used to tell us when we had a bloody nose when I was younger. I never understood that shit. So yeah, drink all the blood down and wait till you can go and get a sink and run some cold water just to constrict the blood vessels in your nose so you'll be better. But yeah, if somebody cuts you, you should be expected to bleed. You shouldn't be expected to have the skin of an alligator. But yeah, man, you don't have to be everything to everybody all the time, full time. You don't have to do that. Just be what you can be and be good enough. Because from what I'm hearing about what you're doing, it sounds like you definitely have some greatness coursing through your veins. Be proud. Johnny West, thanks for coming back through, man. He says, how come women change the subject of an argument when they can't win an argument? It's like men and women argue from different rules. Oh, I'm going to tell you why I think. And this is coming straight from a woman. When I used to have an argument with my ex, and she would talk all reckless, sometimes she would say things that was mad off the cuff. She wasn't as bad as some women that I know that really try to take their man down with the words, but she would say things that make me think, like, why would you say something like that? Like, why would you do that? Like, what's you realize that words have power, and there's certain things that you might say that you can't take back. But she told me, she said, oh, the reason that sometimes I say things like that out of my anger is because I know I can't beat you up physically, and I really be wanting to. Then she gave like a little chuckle. She said, so I just try to say the most hurtful thing to you that I can, so you can at least feel the emotional pain that I feel when you make me mad or you frustrate me. Basically what she was saying was she was a brat, but because she might have been a brat and a bully, but because she couldn't beat up the person she was trying to bully, so she used whatever weapon she could find. If I can't beat him with the hands, I'll find me a bottle or a brick or something that I can throw, hit, something that will defend me. So, your women or your woman might be on that same type time. I mean, what she said, at least she was honest about it, and I could actually put my eyes on it and understand that it was good communication, because otherwise it didn't make no fucking sense. Like, why would you say that? Knowing damn well later on you're gonna apologize, and there's a feeling on the internet that women don't apologize. Like, I ain't saying sorry. Shit, I tell you what, A woman will apologize if she wants to keep you. If she don't give a fuck about you, yeah, you ain't getting no apology. Or if you put her in a position where she feels like she's dominating you, she's not gonna apologize. But if she knows that you are a good catch and she wants to keep you, shit, she'll get on her fucking hands and knees. She will grab your ankles while you going out the door. And literally grab your motherfucking ankles. No, baby, please, please. Yeah, she'll do that shit. If she feels like it's worth it. If she don't feel like it's worth it, and she think you a sucker, or you corny, or you a bum, or you just a pit stop over here. Okay. But yeah, that's all I can say about that, Mr. West. You know what I mean? Hold your head. TK Wright says, because those women don't want to take accountability. Oh, okay. Patobin or Patobin. Oh, Patobin. Bro, what's your opinion on Candace 30? I don't know who that is, my dude. I got nothing. Let me see if I can. Candace 30. Who is Candace 30? I don't know. Shit. Candace 30. Oh, Candace from 30 something grandma. Oh, okay. Huh? Yeah, I'm not up on this. I'm not up on this. I got nothing for you. Got nothing for you. Pascal Lemus. All right, they must have been wilding. All right, Lee Jean, yo, give me your phone number. Well, it's right here. All you gotta do is scroll up a little bit. Stacy White, what's going on? Thanks for coming through. And Charles says, cause she evil. Okay. Okay. All right. So all right. All right. So, mommy and daddy issues. Have you ever felt like you had mommy or daddy issues? Have you ever dealt with a woman or a man who had mommy and daddy issues? Glaring mommy and daddy issues. Like if they had on a baseball cap, it should say mommy issues, daddy issues, maybe in neon or bold letters, or you know what I'm saying? Like neon green or yellow or some shit like that. Something that was very, very visible. Now, I'm under the impression that when we start talking about mommy issues or daddy issues, that can take us a lot of different places. Now, the Webster definition makes having mommy issues or daddy issues sound like something that's persistently and consistently negative, and it may be for some people. But I think that you have issues with anything that has affected you and that affects you today. So whatever you carry from your past that makes you either go forward or hold back today, I consider that to be an issue. So we talk about mommy issues or daddy issues, which can either hold you back in a relationship or propel you forward in a relationship. What about other things? Like, what about friend issues? Yo, you got BFF issues. Like, what's a BFF issues? A best friend for life issues. You think everybody that's your friend is supposed to be like your best friend was or is. I know that might sound stupid, but when you really think about it. You like that double out time? When you really think about it. Okay. When you form friends, when you find new people that you vibe with, that you kick it with, that you like, that you feel is their spirit with, that you have things in common with, that you can put up with, tolerate, and have a good time with, enjoy, you probably pattern those people off of other good friends that you've had in the past. So what's the difference between a mommy issue and a daddy issue and a friend issue? Like my the friends that I had before, my BFF, never argued with me. My BFF always encouraged me to go forward. My BFF was always supportive in anything that I wanted to do. Well, do you expect all of your friends to do that? Do you hold all of the new people that you meet to the same standards that you held your BFF to? Wouldn't that be an issue? Now, y'all have to excuse me for making certain kind of connections or trying to anyway, but that's what I do. That's what I do. But I mean, is it out of the realm of possibility that the same way that you accept or reject things going on in your romantic relationship is the same way that you may accept or reject things that go on in your regular friendships? Look at the internet. Y'all on social media, right? Maybe not all of y'all, but a lot of y'all are on social media enough to give an opinion. You see how people on social media talk about their followers or their friends, like in the case of Facebook, and they talk about how they so quick to delete somebody at the first sign of trouble, or how if you feel some kind of way, conduct yourself some kind of way on the internet, that they're going to block you or delete you or unfriend you or whatever. Now, where does that come from? Where did we get to? When did we get to the point where other people have to be just like us in order to be a part of us? In order to be a part of our lives, they have to conduct themselves the way we think they should and the way we say that they should. When did we get there? Well, it seems like we're here. So in a relationship, the same way you may expect your partner, your lover, your spouse to do the same things in your relationship that your parents did, or to never do the things in a relationship that your parents didn't do. I mean, how many of y'all know somebody or participate in this? Well, my mom didn't have to work. My dad worked, and he gave my mom the whole check, and she paid the bills, gave him some money, and that's the way it was. So that's how I grew up, and everything worked out. We never had nothing shut off or whatever. There was plenty of money because my dad made a lot of money, and that's the way a man is supposed to. That's the way a man is supposed to be in a marriage or a relationship. A woman shouldn't have to get her car washed. He should do that. He should, even if he don't wash it himself, he should take it to get washed. If something is wrong with her car, he should fix it or get it or take it to go fix. He shouldn't have to do that. The kids, if we have a son and he needs a haircut, the father should either cut his hair himself or take him to the barbershop. I shouldn't have to take him to the barbershop. Now I agree with parts of these things, but imagine you coming from a single parent family or a family that was that split up bills or split up responsibilities, and the woman that's the apple of your eye, the woman that's the love of your life, she is expecting you to take your 5-figure salary. You might make a good 5-figure salary. Let's say you make $90,000 a year, but she expects you to take your $90,000 a year and pay for everything going on with her, any kids that she may have or she may have had already previously, or with you now. And you know goddamn well that her other men, her other baby dads or whatever, did not take care of her like that. How would you handle it? Do she have daddy issues? Do you have daddy issues or mommy issues because you may not want to comply? When we talk about mommy issues or daddy issues, we're talking about your expectations, what you expect reasonably or unreasonably for somebody to conduct themselves when it comes to you while you're in a relationship. So how many of y'all out there, how many how many of y'all out there have seen this kind of scenario, heard about this kind of stuff, been there? All right, so let me read some of y'all comments. I see some new people came in and want to welcome y'all. Johnny West says, physical action versus verbal action. Thank you, sir. That's what's up. Death Star says, so I emailed you back. You did? Oh, it's Buckshot. Okay, all right. I'm about to say. All right. Now I gotta check the email. All right. I see we have some callers on the line. Callers, I'm gonna be right with y'all in just a second. I just wanted to make sure that we got this topic, that we warmed it up a little bit before we start taking some calls. But just give me a couple of minutes, and I will definitely be with y'all. So caller with the last number is 1132, and caller with the last number 7692. I will be with you in just a moment. All right. Buckshot says, hey son, I emailed you. I want to become a moderator, and it's really, really difficult. Man, do me a favor. Stop asking to be a moderator on this show, dog. Stop doing that. Come on, stop. I mean, you know, don't. You'll have other motherfuckers, you know. Well, you let him be a moderator, right? No, that's not how you do things. That's not how you do things. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Okay. Oh my God, dude, you. Johnny West says, I had both parents in my life. I grew up in the DC area. Shout out to the DC area. Problem is, my father and mother did not want to talk to each other, so I ran between and communicated between my father and my mother. Okay. All right, I hear you on that. 420 ADHD. Damn. 420 ADHD says, Buck, you ain't getting no mod, Buck. I'm like, come on, man. Like, it made me seem like a mean dude up here. Like, come on, man. That ain't. What Keith Sway said, it's a right and a wrong way to do some shit. My dude, that ain't. I told you to email me for a reason. Because this is not the place for that. That'd be like if I came on here strictly to ask you for money. Like, yo, can I get a couple of dollars? No, I ain't reading none of y'all comments unless I get some money, man. I need some money. I can't just be sitting in front of this camera for free. Like, come on. That's not. Come on, man. All right. Fortunately says. Yo. Johnny says, you live your life like you live your life until you see how other people treat their mothers and fathers, mothers and others. I feel that. Oh my God. Yo, grown woman, don't try me. What's going on, grown woman? Don't try. Yo, y'all, please hit the like button. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. It just helps the channel. I appreciate y'all, man. Wizdo one. Say, you a mean dude up here. Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? All right, man. Let's take these callers. We have some callers on the line. I'm going to take them in the order that they requested to speak. So first, I'm going to take caller with the last numbers 1132. Then I'm going to take caller with the last numbers 2816, and then I'm going to take caller with the last numbers 7692. All right. So Let's get it popping. If y'all want to call into 319-527-6199, 319-527-6199. Maybe Buckshot, maybe you should call in for real. You know what I mean? And anybody else y'all want to call in, y'all can call in. Press number 1 and that will let me know that you would like to speak, and then I'll call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. The topic is no mommy or daddy issues. What we gonna see about it? All right, so call it with the last numbers 1132. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Son show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? Talk to me.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I was just calling in to say I no longer have mommy and daddy issues. I have inner healing from mommy and daddy issues. I know how to navigate life because of my parents. I know I don't do everything that they have done. I just don't feel that I have those issues no more. And as far as I got a great best friend, childhood friend. We done been through hell and high water. I wouldn't want nobody new to come in my life that's my best friend being like her, whether it's a male or a female, because that can't be replaced. But as far as daddy issues, no. Mother issues, no. I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for family guidance, and them seeing me through what I need to see through. And I'm a work in progress. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I'm not a stalker. I aim for what God tells me to aim at. However, I do have little issues. I got a little bit of my mama in me, She didn't mess with nobody. She got her blessings, but when she tried to, when you come at her and, you pick with her, and I got that from her because I know that she didn't mess with nobody, but when they messed with her, she didn't back back. Mm-hmm. And I don't back back either.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So have you ever been in a relationship where somebody accused you of having mommy issues or daddy issues? Maybe because you didn't want to do something that they wanted you to do, or because they sensed that you weren't communicating with them the way that you should have, or maybe you just weren't conducting yourself the way they felt like you should conduct yourself in a relationship. Have you ever been accused of having daddy issues or a man hater?
I never been in a relationship when it came to that, but I have tried to holler at somebody and they wouldn't even come close because they said I had daddy issues. Mm. But as far as the people that I have been in a relationship, they was in a relationship with me because they wanted to be there. I never had that problem. I had guys tell me that if they would marry me, it was because of my cooking. And I think that was a blessing for me. People, some guys marry girls because of their sex, but if you marry me for cooking, it's fine too, or because they got knocked up,
Well, a lot of men.
But I never had nobody tell me that I had daddy issues, except for somebody that was too out of my league that I knew anyway, that I knew I couldn't get anyway. It's not that the person was ugly or didn't have it going on. It's just I know how to stick within my league. Okay. I know what I can get.
Okay. Well, going back to the guy who wouldn't mess with you or whatever because he said that you had daddy issues. Do you know what made him say that?
I have no idea.
How long?
When he said that, I did some what you call that, soul searching.
How long had you known him before?
I did soul. Yeah, I did some soul searching because you can't see yourself.
Yeah.
Other people can see you, but you can't see yourself and how you moving.
Okay.
You
How
know, I still think I got it right. I think I got it right. You know, I did what my parents told me to do and what to watch out for.
okay.
And I think I'm in a good place, in a good space.
How long had you known?
He might have had some daddy issues or some mama issues, but I'm good.
No, I'm asking you though. How long had you known him before 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 his accusing you of having daddy issues thing came up? Is this somebody that you had just met, or was it somebody that you had known for a while, but maybe y'all
I
just
believe it was somebody that it was somebody I just met. Uh, I think it was somebody just took, you know, we had known each other, and I think he just took notice and he spit what he needed to spit out there, and I left it as that, and I just did my homework. Like I
okay?
said, I stay what I can get, you know. You know, some people have a different type. That don't mean the person is, you know, ugly or whatnot, but some people get what they could get. And I'm that type of person that I get what I can get. I don't get something that I know that that's too much work, and I know if I can't get it, I can't get it. But if I know if I have a chance to get it, I'll you know I would try for it. But I'm not gonna let nobody waste my time. My time is too precious. I'm 53 years old.
I hear you.
I'm 53 years old. It's too precious. I done did all God's. I done did my will, God's will. So I'm tired. I'm very tired, and I'm tired of people coming at me, judging me, and they don't know me. You only know what you see I put out there, and you don't know what if you know what you know, if you know me, it's what I tell you personally behind the scenes. Because everybody don't know my business behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I let my friends know my business behind the scenes. I don't let everybody know or come into my life. I don't go on live and show my apartment and the way I'm living, you know. And I think my mother did it. I told my mother before she died, when she was in the nursing home, and my mother was in the nursing home because she got operated on, and that's where they carry you to get healed. My mother was tired of fighting. You can't when somebody's tired of fighting, I don't care how much you praying for them to God, for them to be saved. If they're ready to go, Omar, they're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I told my mother before she died, she did a great job with me. Sometimes parents is not sure how they raise their kids.
Mm-hmm.
My mother did the best she could with me. I love the way my mother chastised me. I love the way she spoiled me. She spoiled me, but she didn't make me into a brat.
What
You know,
do you consider yourself to have patterned yourself in relationships the way your mom did in any way?
oh no, no, because my mama used to get down with the get down. You know, I'm not no fighter. I'm a lover. You know, but she, you know, if it came at her, she know how to do what she knew. And if I got her in me, I know how to do what I need to do to protect myself. But I did not want a relationship where I'm constantly fighting my man or I have to protect myself. I did not want that. My mother had that. My mother used to fight women, men. She was a fighter. And she wanted a gun. You don't need no gun. I wouldn't let her get one. I wouldn't let her get one. She was a powerful
Oh man.
on earth. She was very powerful. I wouldn't let her get one. Like, you don't need one. But it was in me. But I could worse her. When me, she knew, because she never got in trouble with the law. I didn't see the police a couple of times. She done got out a couple of times, you know, where the police had pulled up. But far as getting like jail or anything, going to jail or anything, my doggone self, I done got locked or whatnot. So my temper is like stay out there.
Mm-hmm.
because I hold a lot of things. I hold a lot of things in me. My mother, you know, have you ever seen somebody get slapped, a sucker slap, and you know, you'd be so surprised you couldn't do nothing? Yeah, my mother, that was the case.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Okay.
I'm like, she had her path. My father had his path. They told me what to do. They told me what to look out for. Even when it comes to sneaky married men, you know, that want to play single. My daddy told me what to look out for, you know. The only thing I could do was walk in my path. I try to do the best I can. And that's it, you know. But then, like the dude that told me that I had the issue, I catch into that, you know, real quick because I'm like, well, maybe I don't, maybe I don't. But I'm good with who I am. You like me or you don't. You know, even as a friend, you either like me or you don't. I'm good. And I'm not saying my name no more. But the last person took that and just, you know, already going through. I don't need anybody breaking my spirit. Again, I don't need to be getting mad at, you know, the host didn't break my spirit. It was the caller that did. You know? So I wouldn't, if they know who I am, know who I am, but I'll never say my name on here again unless God tell me to.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to continue to get out here because I know I need him.
Now we all need listen. You always welcome to call in this show and participate on the show. That's what it's here for. So, you know, we trying to create an experience that everybody can enjoy themselves, learn a little, laugh a little, have a little fun, you know, I mean, do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. But I need you to hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna take this other call. And I'm gonna get back with you in a minute. Hold on a second. All right. As stated before, caller with the last numbers 2816. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Sun Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Hello?
Yeah.
But
you ready?
Yeah, I have mommy and daddy issues in the past too.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I had some in the past, and my stepdad taught me a lot. He taught me how to look up from girls. He taught me how to look up for girls that's not gonna be truthful with you, like stay together with you, none of that. He just told me, bro, watch out for those type of girls that say they love you when you know they don't. Just watch out. They'll try to set you up.
They probably set you up. Wait. He said that they might set you up. They probably set you up.
Yeah, some girls will do that, set you up to get killed.
But yeah.
Some girls be doing some stuff that tell me look out for those type of girls. When you feel like you're getting a bad feeling in your stomach about one of those girls, just walk away. Just walk away from somebody else.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if any chick try to kill me, I ain't talking to her no more.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's how I cut my baby mama off. My baby mama was trying to set me up. And that's why I cut her off. I'm like, I told her, like, whatever it's what it is, like, whatever I know what it is, but I know I got mommy and daddy issues, but if you don't get it, I got mommy and daddy issues. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. So, all right, let's break this down a little bit. What do you consider your daddy issues to be? Like, hold on. Let me ask you a simpler question. Did you and your father have a good relationship?
Yeah, we did.
Y'all were close?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your dad still around?
My stepdad.
Whoever you call dad.
My stepdad. No, they're not together.
No. Is your stepdad still? I was asking. I was really trying to ask, is he still alive? Because I wanted to make sure that we were.
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah. He's still living. Yeah.
Okay. And is your biological dad still alive?
Yeah.
Do you have a good relationship with both of them, or one of them?
Yeah, I just. Yeah. I do got a good relationship with him, but I don't like how the way he be doing. Like my dad be doing some stuff. He be doing some freaky stuff behind my mom's back, and I don't like it.
That's your biological dad or your stepdad?
Stepdad. This happened in the past. It's not even new to me. This happened in the past.
Okay. At the risk.
And it still haunts me. And it still haunts me to this day. I still have dreams about that.
Okay. So are you saying that your stepdad was abusive at times, or is he
No,
just?
he was a cheater. He was a cheater. He was cheating with different girls.
Okay, and you witnessed that, or you just knew about it?
I just could tell. I could tell what he was doing because he walked out the door. He walked out the door. He was on the phone with some girl. I could tell what he was going to do.
Okay. So, all right. So, witnessing, or no, I'm sorry, having knowledge or the feeling that your dad was cheating on your mom, has that influenced you to either cheat on your girlfriend or your baby mom, or has it made you to, or has it made you to made you be more faithful?
My girl, that taught me one thing. Over the years, when I saw my dad was doing, that taught me over the years. Be loyal to my girl and never cheat on her, and always be faithful and be truthful. That's what that taught me over the years.
Okay. All right. So regardless of what your stepdad did or how he conducted himself, it made you want to be different than him, right?
Yes.
So do you consider that to be a daddy issue that you have? Like, all right, let me ask you this question. Do you have little respect or lack of respect for men that you know cheat on their women? If they're let's say that if you cheat on a good woman, do you lack respect for men who do that?
Do I got any respect for a man that do that?
No. Do you lack respect? Like, do you have no respect for a man that cheats on a good woman?
Oh, definitely. I don't got no respect for nobody that cheats on their own girl. I don't got no respect for them.
Okay.
No respect.
All
no
right.
respect for. I don't got no respect for you. But I was gonna tell you this, but if you put your hands on the girl because she's cheating on you, bro, you cheating on her too. Like, what the hell you got mad at her for? Man, you was doing the same thing.
Okay. All right. So, okay. So, with that being said, you may have a daddy issue, not necessarily in a bad way, but maybe because you want to be different than what you have known your dad to be. Maybe that has made you be.
And I still And that still hurt me to this day. I got head drama from that.
But
That still hurt me to this day.
But hold on, because you talking some deep stuff here. Once we unpack it, so let me ask you this, because because you don't like people cheating on each other. Has that ever made you be faithful in a relationship to somebody that wasn't faithful to you?
You mean like any girl I've been with before?
Yeah, like let's say you and your girl were together. You never cheated on her, but maybe she cheated on you. But because you don't like cheating, you still.
I mean, that definitely happened in the past. But me and my girl had to talk about that, and I had to talk with her dad. And her dad's like, delete all those guys off the phone. Like, period. Don't go back on the internet no more. I'm gonna let your boyfriend do what he do. If he tell you to delete all those guys, I'm gonna let him do what he want to do. But you get off the internet. Period.
Okay.
That's what her dad told her.
Okay. All right. So, what about your girl? Did she have daddy issues or mommy issues? Do you think?
Yeah, my girl got daddy issues. My mother-in-law and my father-in-law, they got a divorce.
Okay. All right.
So she definitely got daddy issues and mommy issues.
Okay. All right.
Going through the same thing right now.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this last question, and then I gotta go to the next caller. But I just want to see what you think about this. Do you think that it's possible for a person to not have any mommy or daddy issues?
No, it's not impossible. I mean, how do I say this? If that person don't like his daddy because what his daddy did so many times and daddy keeps on doing it, that person got the right to be angry. If he's hurting, he got the right to walk away. Like, just walk away from everything. Like a person got the right. He got the right to be mad.
Yeah. I'm not denying that they have the right to be mad. So I'm going to take that as I'm going to take that as I'm getting the energy from you that you don't think that it's possible to not have mommy or daddy issues. And I'm not saying that those issues are always bad, because I think that even some of the good things that you may feel or think about your parents can still get in the way. You know what I mean? They can get in the way if you and somebody that you're dealing with are not on the same page about how y'all want to conduct your relationship. And sometimes even when you are in agreement with whoever you're with, they may disagree with you just because they feel like you're trying to pattern yourself after somebody else or something else. So let's say, like, maybe you and your let's say a woman you were having a baby with, you and your baby mom, maybe y'all agreed on when y'all should have a child and how the child should be raised, and maybe even religion. Maybe y'all were in agreement about the religion, but maybe she felt some kind of way that we're going to raise our child in this religion only because, you know, your mom or your dad believed in this and they instilled that upon you, even though they may be of the same religion. Maybe they wanted to explore other realms of spirituality, forms of spirituality, religion, or whatever, and give your child a more well-rounded experience in spirituality. But they might feel like they might feel like, well, just because he was raised as a Christian or Muslim or Jew or whatever, he want my child to be raised the same way, and I want to open it up a little bit and maybe let my child explore. And that might be only because they feel like your issue with your mom or your dad is that whatever they taught you, you just accept it. But hold on, let me put you on hold for a second. I'm going to take the next caller, and then I'm going to come back to you. Give me a second. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Caller with the last number is 7692. Wait a minute. Welcome to the Urban Therapy with Son Show. Thank you for holding. What's on your mind this afternoon? What's good?
Hey, what's up, son? It's Richard Wilkins in the chat. I've been seeing me probably over the last week or so.
No doubt. Good looking, man. Thanks for being down. Appreciate you.
Yeah, right on. I would tell everybody to subscribe. I really like the community here. I've liked all the discussions, and I thought I had some valid input to put in here. So
okay.
I guess I'll give a little bit of my personal background and then what I've seen in other people related to the topic. So, my father, we wound up leaving my father. He was an abusive alcoholic. He was physically and mentally abusive to me and my mother. And we wound up leaving whenever I was about 12 years old. I'm 22 now.
Mm.
And it was a hard time for me. Like, I love him. Some part of me still loves him, but there's also a part.
Hold on. Wait, we got it. We got it. Hold on, Richard. All right, there we go. We gonna get it back. Wait a minute. Wait. All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
You hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think when I was...
No, go ahead. Continue.
Ready? Okay. I think when I was a teen, I had more daddy issues, and that kind of manifested in aggression and in other mental issues, in hating myself, feeling depressed, which I still struggle with a lot of this today, social anxiety and general anxiety. I had problems with other family members, and my mom, she also had to go through that same experience, and my relationships with her have been bonded and strained by the experience in different ways. But my father, when he wasn't drinking, he was a pretty good father, and he taught me a lot of my core values, the yes sirs and yes ma'ams, being respectful to people and doing the right thing. And I think that instilled in me a lot to help protect women and people with mental illnesses and children, and to be respectful and courteous to those people utmost. And I learned a lot of good core values from him, and a lot of that stuff stuck. And then I kind of learned from the environment that I was in, and then also directly from him, to avoid the negative aspects of what he was doing, the physical, mental abuse, and just not being present and not being accountable, and just the bad stuff, I guess.
Okay. So with your father, with y'all having to leave your father at a young age for you, and I assume that was probably at an age before you were actually getting into any serious relationships. Was that ever in the back of your mind when you really started to show a genuine interest in women, and did you ever fear that you might be like your dad in some kind of way, and did you try hard to make sure that wasn't the case, or how did you feel about the whole thing?
No, 100%. That has been one of my key problems for a long time. I think that's part of what continues to link me to PTSD so heavily. A lot of that's triggered by whenever I see an aspect of my father and myself. And it's all just about kind of recentering and realizing that I'm not him. I don't have to be him. It's not my responsibility to take accountability for the things he did because I'm not the one that did them. There's nothing I could have done in the shoes of a 12-year-old to fix those things. So I think that's kind of how I've come to terms with not being like my father. But yeah, when I was in relationships, like I had a very serious relationship where I was together with this girl for probably about a year or so. We had moved in together and I thought things were going well, and one day it just kind of fizzled out. But when I was in a relationship with her, I would be stepping on eggshells all the time, trying to control that internal voice that I derived that anger from. Just whenever I would see her do certain things and I felt like I was inadequate, like she would have to do almost everything for me because the way I grew up, like my mom was so broken, she never told me to do anything for myself, and my dad wasn't around, so he never taught me to do anything for myself. So I was just a skillless person, and having to be taught by my girlfriend how to do everything, how to work on cars, how to put stuff in the dishwasher, how to do laundry, like that broke me to a certain extent.
Okay.
I felt like less of a man because of that.
Yeah. I imagine that is difficult. I'm thinking, I'm wondering, like, and this is a pretty difficult question that I'm going to ask you, and if it makes you uncomfortable, please, you don't have to answer it. But I'm wondering when we witness
No,
things.
you're fine. You're fine.
All right, cool. But when we're children, when we're really young, we have this view of how relationships are supposed to be, whether it's a marriage, girlfriend, boyfriend, and unfortunately, many of the ways that we form our feelings about relationships comes from not just our parents, but from movies and videos, and you know what I mean, like even the music that we listen
Right.
to. So, we think that certain things are supposed to be the way that we've had the most visual experience with, which may be movies and videos and things related to the media. So sometimes when we grow up and we're able to get a better understanding of how relationships work in real time rather than how they work from the outside visually. Did you ever has anything that your dad has ever done started to make more sense to you, even if it was unacceptable?
Yeah, definitely. One thing that my dad always told me, and it was something that I took a lot of spite with whenever I was younger, but I've come to realize that it's true, is that he did a lot of the things in anger that he did because he was pushed to that point by the mutual disrespect, hate, and aggression that was directed towards him when both he was a child and from my mother. My mother was, and she'll admit this to this day, that she was not like helping in that situation at all. She was contributing towards the fight. She was instigating some of them and he was instigating some of them, and it was because she was fed up with the types of behavior he was exhibiting and had no other way to reach out for anything.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely, I think yeah.
Okay. I mean, because it's reasonable, like the way I thought that relationships were supposed to be when I was a young boy, it was a lot different than when I grew up, and I realized like even certain things that we do that are quote unquote wrong may be done for the right reasons in our minds, even if it only exists in our minds. You know what I mean? There are reasons for everything that we do, but sometimes when we get older, we see things through a much different lens because of our experiences that we've gone through and made it through, versus if our growth was stunted right there. And all right, for example, if the way that you look at sex before you actually have sex is a lot different than when you actually start having sex. You understand what I mean? Like, and I think that that's
Right.
especially, I think that's especially true for women. You know, in the movies and stuff, everything is romantic and beautiful. Even if you see a woman losing her virginity, the guy is always gentle with her and patient, and you know, you don't see she's not hurting, and you know, she's not bleeding all over the place, and you know what I mean. It's a lot different when you actually do it than versus how it's been portrayed to you. So other things that go on in a relationship, we may have to look at those things through a different lens. Even though when we were younger, we, you know, anything that was out of the ordinary that our parents may have told us, dealing with morality, it was bad to us. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
saying that it was totally consistent, but for the most part, if we loved and respected our parents and we trusted them, almost anything that they told us was what we went with. We may have even gotten in
Yep.
arguments with our friends, you know, over something that our mom and our dad may have told us, even if our moms and dads didn't know what they were talking about. I mean, our parents aren't right. They, you know, they're not like they're not like geniuses or scholars, and even if they are, everybody can be wrong or right at any given time. But when it comes to looking at the way that our parents may have conducted themselves when they were married or going together or whatever, it can be it gives us a blueprint of how things may be for us. We may not think that things are going to be exactly the same, but there are people out there who want it to be the same. You know, some people out here wear the fact that their parents well, they wear the fact that they grew up in a two-parent family like a badge of honor. Like that's their total claim to fame. Oh yeah, my mom, my dad was there, and that's the way it's supposed to be, and no other way is acceptable. Where, you know, when they get older and they find themselves in a situation similar to being a single parent, they may be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you know, there are ways to raise a child in a single parent household, especially when you have other resources that may help the child still be well adjusted and grow up in a healthy way. But sometimes a two parent household isn't possible. But it doesn't mean that life will be impossible. So in our quest to try to duplicate that, it may blur the lines of communication that we have with the very person that we're trying to build this life with. You know, it can be tough, and that might be our mommy or daddy issue.
Can I speak on that for 1 second?
Sure, of course.
So, when I was growing up, the main family dynamic that I had seen, and the one I grew up with, and the one that I thought was quote unquote normal, was the two-parent household, nuclear family. But as I've moved out of that and developed my mind further, I've realized that obviously in that situation it didn't work, and in a lot of other situations there's problems, especially in like shotgun marriages and people just getting married because they're knocking people up, and it's just not all right. Those types of families are probably better off if it's single parent. And I think that it's a balancing act that people are unwilling to do nowadays in relationships that leads to a lot of that stress, where women should be predominantly feminine, but should have some masculine traits to kind of counterbalance that and to be a good partner for their husband, to be supportive and responsible and be able to take care of and handle their own stuff when need be. And then I think that men need to adopt more of a feminine role as well as having predominantly masculine, because then they're able to empathize better and perform better for their children, be in their lives, and balance out those two aspects. I think that's a super important thing for developing a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And I think that's the type of relationship that I want to strive for, making sure that I have a woman that's not, and there's nothing wrong with being a housewife or whatever, but whenever you're in that role, you can't just, let your husband rule over everything to the point where you're miserable, your children are miserable, and things aren't working out the right way. There's a certain buy-in. There's a certain thing that's owed to you as a wife when you make that commitment to your husband, that your husband's going to provide for you and he's going to shelter you and he's going to treat you like a human being.
Right. Yeah. And I totally agree with that. You know, certain things that people think will work for them because their parents or their grandparents or their guardians did it, it doesn't always translate. And this is the kind of frustration that people who are in a relationship with people who feel that way may go through. And these are some of the things that may have you being accused of having mommy issues or daddy issues. I'm of the impression that I don't think that you can go through life without having any mommy or daddy issues as long as you were born of a mommy or a daddy, because because nobody likes everything that their parents did. Nobody likes that. You know what I mean? There's I don't think that anybody agrees wholeheartedly. I mean, even if you were just pissed off with your parents when you were 15 or 16 years old because you weren't able to go to a party, or you were grounded, or you had to do your homework or do chores or whatever, many kids have yelled out, "Oh, when I have my own kids, they're not gonna have to wash the dishes." Shit. It could be anything, But even things like that that are said out of lack of understanding can still carry on into adulthood if the person has not developed past well, should I say, if the person hasn't matured past that period in their lives where they either didn't get what they wanted, or where they got their feelings hurt really bad. So it can make it tough to get into a relationship with somebody who has gone through that or is going through that, because you're trying to build something new and they're holding on to something old, and that isn't even productive. So it can be tough trying not to have a mommy or a daddy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think by and large you're correct about that, but I don't think that's necessarily true for everybody. Okay. And the one exception that I would make is that there are some children that, regardless of the differences and arguments and other things that they have with their parents, they have an understanding with their parents that they're always able to come to them and talk to them about certain stuff, and that they're always going to be supportive of them no matter what. And it's a true level of support where even if they hate the thing that they're doing, they're still going to be there and love their child, even if the child doesn't recognize that love. I think people that are supported by their parents at that level may not have the internalized mommy or daddy issues that the majority of society, I guess, has.
Well, see, that's the thing. And earlier in the show, I was saying I don't think that mommy and daddy issues are necessarily a bad thing, because even if in a situation like what you were just talking about, in a situation where the children totally trust their parents, where the parents have been very reinforcing to the children and very open to them and available to them, where the lines of communication are always open. The mommy or the daddy issue with that could be that maybe suppose you have a child with somebody, or you get married to somebody, and you expect you expect your children to have a similar relationship with you that you had with your parents, where you expect your children to come and talk to you about everything, and let it all out and ask for your help and receive it and stuff like that. And the woman that you may be dealing with may have come from a totally different background where they didn't communicate, where they weren't open. And so maybe your child has a little bit of openness to them, and maybe they don't. You know what I mean? So the mommy or daddy issue that you may be projecting on them is that you're trying to get them to trust, and you think that all children should be able to trust their parents. And your spouse or your the love of your life may not agree, and they may not even think that is necessary. So mommy or daddy issues don't necessarily have to be bad to play out in a way that's frustrating or not so good. It could be the greatest intention to make things work. Well, I'm sure you've been through that before, where you were really trying to make something work something good, bring something good out of somebody or something, and you would get nothing but pushback. Like, what the fuck do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we trying, like we're
That's
trying to
the one
help
thing
you
for
here.
me is and that's why I try not to associate with people like that, is because I don't really know how to bridge the gap there. But I would say I would agree with you. I'd say that when somebody's faced adversity in their background, and like I'm not tooting my own horn here or anything, but I would say I've faced some adversity in my background and in my upbringing, and sometimes, like in my dad's case, he projected a lot of the adversity that he faced as a child onto me and in the way that he raised me. But he also picked up a lot of stuff that, he realized himself after introspection and reflection that it was wrong, and he learned from that what not to do as a parent as well. So I think it's trying to glean as much positivity and good out of a bad situation as possible. That's kind of always how I've developed my own thoughts. Obviously, everybody's not going to be like that, and like I said, I don't know how to bridge the divide between somebody like me and somebody who's just going to internalize all that and directly reflect it on their children, do what their dad did to them, but worse.
Yeah, and that's a fact. Like, relationships are hard, and marriages may be even harder. But relationships of any kind require communication, and a lot of times they don't get the communication that they need. And so we run into these problems that we think should never be problems, but it's so hard to escape your either social, political, familial, or even genetic history. All of those things factor into who you are today, because all of those things built on help to build on your life as an adult. But hold on for a second. We have one more caller left on the line. I want to see what they have to say, and I'm going to come back to you also. All right, so hold on.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, caller with the block number, or should I say the unknown number. Welcome to the Urban Therapy. Go ahead.
Hey son, this is Buckshot. I got a bone to pick with you. People in your community keep banning me over and over. There was some guy named 420 trolling me this morning, disrespecting me in your chat, and you just ignored it, bro. I've been a part of your community for like 6 months now. I've been watching your show every single day, even if it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I emailed you. I don't know what's the problem, bro. Like I don't even care about mod at this point. It's that your community keeps trying to on what I break.
Okay. First of all, welcome to the show, Buckshot, and I appreciate you calling in. That's number one. Number two, I wouldn't take for granted that if I were you, I wouldn't take for granted that I know everybody who comes into my chat. I don't know you. So whoever this 420 person is that you're referring to, I don't know who they are. So just like
they're banned already. They got banned. They're not able to type.
Well, that's fine. But nonetheless, what do you expect me to do about situations that I can't control? If my moderators ban them, then we're doing everything that we can do. Yes or no? Correct? Incorrect?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they got to sit there and ban me back to back to back like that. What did I do? They can't elaborate on what rule I broke. What guideline did I violate? This doesn't make sense.
Well, maybe they are frustrated or disenchanted with, like, you're out of pocket, my dude. You acting like a madman. First, you come in, you don't seem to have a sense of timing and of placement. There's a time and a place for all things. You came on this show a few shows back and asked to be a moderator. I told you to email me. You didn't email me. Then you came on the show again. Wait a minute. I'm talking about before, because the first time you asked to be a moderator, I told you to email me. You didn't. You waited almost a whole month and then you asked again, and then I told you to email me. You finally emailed me. I emailed you back, and I told you to call me. And I haven't received a call, but you're here now, and that's cool. But coming on a show asking to be a moderator and acting like a spoiled brat who hasn't gotten ice cream while they were at a circus or a carnival is unacceptable. Now I assume that you're a full grown adult, and everybody on this show is a full grown adult also. So all of that typing, multiple things in the chat and all that. First of all, who would want you to be a moderator? Acting like that. Who would do that?
What do you mean? Until today, I didn't act like that, right?
Until today, you didn't act like that, but you're acting like that today. So who's to say you won't act like that tomorrow?
Because it's unjust. They can't give me a reason or elaborate why they banned me.
Yeah,
so, they haven't done that until today.
First of all, they didn't ban you. They may have put you on timeout, but you're clearly not banned. And evidently.
Oh no, they banned me. They banned me. Go look at the chat logs.
Okay, but why are you showing up so many times in the chat then?
Because they can't give me a reason why I was banned in the first place. So
well, how do you? No. That's not what I asked you. I'm asking you how are you showing up in the chat if you are banned? How do you keep showing back up?
Because I keep on coming back on a different email. That's why.
Okay, so you want me to make you a moderator, and this is your behavior.
Until today, like I said, this hasn't been my behavior, but I'm not going to get banned unlawfully.
My dude, the way you sound right now, it would be like me going into court, in the criminal court, saying, "But Judge, this is my first murder. I mean, why are you trying to give me life? I ain't never murdered nobody before. This is my first time murdering somebody, and I wouldn't have murdered them. I wouldn't have murdered them.
Self-defense. It's not murder. It's manslaughter. It's a self-defense justified homicide.
No, when it's self-defense, it's not murder or manslaughter. It's self-defense, and you get acquitted. When it's manslaughter, you killed them, but it wasn't premeditated. I know the law.
All right. So,
but my point is, wait. Slow down. My point is, you're acting like a spoiled brat. You're lucky that I'm giving you the time on verbally to go over there, because I don't do this shit. I don't play that shit. Now I don't know how old you are or whatever, but I don't. My child was never a brat. I was never a brat, and I don't deal with brats. And you know how I deal with brats? I get them out. I leave them in the room by themselves to stomp and fall out on the floor and cry and shout. I don't give a fuck. So this is what
as far as my age.
Yeah, as far as your age, what?
So as far as my age, I'm above 18. Anything besides that is irrelevant.
90 seconds.
Yeah, everything above 18 is considered legally an adult.
Right. So I'm allowed to be a viewer on the show. I haven't broken any rules until I came back over and over on different emails. That might be breaking a rule. But for the first time, I got banned, and you can't say it's timed out, because when I get timed out, it says you have been placed in timeout by the owner or a moderator of this chat. When I get banned, my messages just don't appear.
60 seconds.
If I hit refresh live chat, then it shows that the message I just typed doesn't pop up anymore. That's because they banned me.
Well, all I know is I didn't ban you myself, but if you did get banned, you deserved it, because you act like a dickhead. And you got to do better.
What's my crime? You're saying I deserve to get banned. What's my crime? What did I get banned for? Tell me. Elaborate.
This is not about crime. This is not. I'm not the cops or judge or jury. We're not talking about crime.
You said I deserved it. So why did I deserve to get banned?
Because because like I said, you act like a dickhead, man. You acting crazy.
No. Before I acted like a dickhead. I can agree with you there. I'm acting like a dickhead now. But let's step it back to why I was banned in the first place. That made me act. This caused my behavior. Let's step it back to what made me act like a dickhead here. I wouldn't just go off and act like a dickhead. I've been watching you for 6 months. Was I a dickhead before? Not really.
Well,
I might have came in on today as a joke.
Today, and notice you never got banned or or timed out any other time either. So let's deal with today.
Right.
All right. So what you did today was you came on here talking about, begging and pleading and pleading your case about wanting to be a moderator. And I tried to shut it down, and you wouldn't allow it to be shut down because you just kept going in and in and in and in and in. There's some times when you need to just chill out. When you were in school, you couldn't just, you didn't have the free reign to just keep talking over your teacher or the principal or any other authority figure. And I'm not saying that I'm an authority figure, but that I say every time in this show that there is no censorship. But if you interrupt, I'm sorry, if you disrespect the chat, then I will have to make a move. I say that every show. And so what you did was disrespectful. I'd already, laid out that we should talk about you being a moderator off of this show. That wasn't good enough for you. You acted like a spoiled brat, and then and you wouldn't let it go. So that was the crime that you committed.
Yeah, I had already emailed you. That's the thing. I had already emailed you, and you said to call in.
Okay.
So now I'm calling in.
All right. Yeah, but don't act like all of that stuff happened today. There's a timeline when it comes to that. There's a timeline.
And as far as the whole principal versus the student thing, yeah, I'd agree. As the owner of this show, you're the teacher and I'm considered the pupil. I understand what you're relating that to, the principal versus the student thing. But here's the thing. When somebody goes to school, it's not like a court case. They're not on trial. What am I on trial here for exactly? All I did was ask for moderator. Then you told me to email you. I emailed you, right? Then you told me to call you. I'm not going to call you off a social media that shows my name. I'm not going to expose my real number because, like you said, you don't know me. I don't know you either. I know you from only watching your show. I'm not going to expose my information on the internet,
Yeah, but I use my real name. I don't care if you don't.
That's
I don't.
you, though. If you're comfortable using your own name, that's on you.
Okay,
I'm not going to.
Yeah, but I'm not going to. But my point is, I'm not going to let somebody who I don't know be a moderator on my show. I told you that up front. I told you that up front.
Fair enough.
So the way. Wait. Now I'm not saying that I couldn't get to know you on the internet because I've met many people on the internet. But guess what? I do get to know their real names. I'm not gonna act like I know a person and all I see is their moniker or their tag or their doppelganger. What the fuck? Come on, man.
My name doesn't define who I am, though. My name doesn't define me.
If I'm dealing with you off of the show, you can use your profile name on the show. But when I tell you to email me, don't email me with or try to communicate with me through your profile name. I don't deal with people. That would be like me. If my mom has a profile, that would be like me. I'm calling her that shit offline. Like what? There's a time and a place for things.
Well, let me ask you this though, because you seem to make it a big point about knowing my name. What difference does it make if I know you by the name Omar or the name Sun752? What difference does that make?
Offline, you won't be dealing with Sun752. You'll be dealing with Omar. But I have other names too, real names. So I don't mind sharing that offline.
I choose to remain anonymous.
Okay, well, I choose not to deal with anybody who's anonymous offline. Online, no problem. Offline, problem. So if you want to be part of what I'm doing online, I have to know who you really are offline. Do you have a problem with that?
Right, so do you have some type of group I can join so that we can video chat and stuff like that? That way you can see who I am?
No. Email me. I'll give you my phone number. You can video.
To know you.
Listen. Email me offline again. Tell you what, I have your email address. I'll email you my phone number. You can call me personally. We can video chat that way. That way nobody else is involved. Just me and you. Mano a mano. But for right now and for the rest of the day, I need you to stop acting like a child and get back in the chat and start acting like you were on the other days. Because right now it sounds to me like you need some Halidol, some shit like that, some Thorazine. So get back to the sane person, and we be all right.
Okay, fair enough. As long as they stop banning me.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
I appreciate your time.
All right, man. All right. How about that? This is what we are 134. Oh, thank God. Listen, all of the callers that are still on the line. I was going to come back, but no, we're done. We're done. I think we, you know how sometimes your eyes are bigger than your stomach, and you might see something that you really think is good to eat, and you start eating that shit, and you realize like, yo, one helping is enough. But a greedy person would just keep eating and eating and eating. Like, I don't know, like take ramen noodles. You ever make ramen noodles so good that you think like, yo, I think I'm gonna have another bowl of that shit, and you realize you can't get through the second bowl? Yeah, well, that's kind of where I am right now. Listen, I want to thank everybody for calling in. I appreciate all of your thoughts, your comments, your insights, and I appreciate y'all, coming offline to get on a different line to share your verbal thoughts. I appreciate that. Mucho, mucho, mucho. That's very brave. What the fuck? Yo. Yo, Mikey, man, you scared me. You just broke my concentration totally. But yeah, I appreciate y'all calling in. I really do. And I look forward to doing this shit every day, regardless of what G Reaper says. This is good shit. All right, y'all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna praise the Lord for Mikey, man. Always coming through, man. Good Lord. I've never even seen a red. He warned me about this. I've never seen a red. What do we call it? The stick is super. Yeah, super. He took my breath away. I've never even seen a red super chat sticker before. He said it would come. And here it is. Listen, Mikey, man, I appreciate you so much. I almost feel like you a sponsor. You know what I mean? I appreciate you so much for coming through, being part of this thing, and actually contributing. You know what I mean? Because you didn't have to do this by any means, but yo, man, one love, much love to you, and everything and everybody associated with you, without a doubt. All right, what we're gonna do is. Nah, I got it. Come on, man. Let me get the drum. Fuck that. Shit. Every instrument in this damn in this house should be played. Every. checking out, man. Mikey, man. Anybody say anything bad about Mike, they gotta go through me. That's what has to happen. Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you, my dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Like I said, man, for that contribution, you should get every instrument in this bitch. That's my word. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs, yo. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious last day is June 30th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Yolanda Grantham. Happy birthday to you. And also Marlon Rania, happy birthday to you. And Tanisha Anointed Thomas, happy birthday. And my girl going all the way back to the 1990. Yeah. My girl Kelly Cunningham and Vernon Preston, professionally known as DJ Just Def. And also Desmond Patterson, professionally known as D Styles. My man D Styles, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, promoter in the comedy game, my girl Ricarda Burrell. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious June 30th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud, just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, you do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, I said go hard, go for yours, and remember, I said go hard, go for yours, and remember, yo, mommy and daddy issues, there's a good chance that we all have them. Moms, how many of us have them? Dads, the ones we can't depend on. Okay. Mommy and daddy issues are, by definition, supposed to be things that hold us back, things that are not so positive. But I think that they can also be positive things, good things that just may not be well received by somebody else. Listen, a lot of people have been called having or accused of having mommy or daddy issues when somebody got mad at them because they didn't go to the store and get some ice cream for them, or because they didn't bake the ham correctly. They didn't bake the ham correctly. This meatloaf tastes like soul, and I don't mean SOUL. I mean like Nike Air. At the end of the day, relationships are something that human beings were supposed to, designed to involve themselves in. And because of our upbringing or our acceptance or rejection of our upbringing, sometimes it makes it harder for us to connect with the person that we want to make that connection with and be with, possibly for the rest of our lives. But still we rise, still we keep it going, still in love. Oh, what can I do, girl? So much in love, girl. Okay, anyway, shout out to New Edition. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. I said we will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. Y'all know how I go. We do it on a late time on the weekdays and 1 p.m. on the weekends. I want to thank all of y'all for coming through, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all chose to come here, and I appreciate y'all coming through. We're going to do it again and again and again and again. Every day, then again and again and again. Every day. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. One love, baby. All right, Blog Talk, we going to get you out of here. Yeah. And for my YouTube, hold on. Blog Talk is not out of here. They not out of here. And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. 1, 2, on the other side, my boobers. 2 times, sun always shines, my yo, man. Thank y'all for coming through again. Peace to you, Mikey, man. Thank you 100%. And any overages, I'll pay the late fees. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate y'all.